Call it whatever you want to call it. Call it the good deed for the day. Maybe turning the other cheek. I like to call it poetic justice. Something happened this morning that to me is mind-boggling. Let's get to it. Early this morning I was doing my walk, and as you can see behind me, even though most of it's melted off, we got snow. The place I walk at has a lot of ice spots, okay? But most of it was clear, and the spot that had the really bad ice, there was a path going right through it that I would have been safe walking through. And I was. So basically, I get over there, I start doing my laps, and I was zigzagging, and I got to that patch that has ice, which is about, I'm guessing 15, 20 feet long. So I went right through the path, and I was perfectly fine. I'm doing my walks, I'm doing my thing. Next thing I know is I'm getting ready to walk, and I was on the far side, and I noticed there's a car there. It's one of them brand new sports cars. You know, the $80,000 cars, and overlook the sounds over on the side of me, guys. I am next to the main road. I don't know why I picked this place, but I did. I was going to do this on location where all this happened, but there's people down there now in their cars. I guess something's going on at the pavilion. But anyway, I noticed a car there, and I was like, oh shoot, they're parked right into that one path that I've been taking so I can stay out of the ice. I was like, should I walk through the ice when I go past it, you know, the 15, 20 feet of ice? Or should I maybe be nice and see if they will move up to the clear section? Well, I don't want to walk through the ice, guys. I'm here to tell you, my walking shoes are shot, and you don't want to walk through ice because if I fall down, get hurt, hey, it's closed. I'm done. And if I get hurt bad enough, I won't be able to walk at all. I won't be able to do what I do. And it's vital that, trust me, that's not a good solution. So I was like, most people I meet down here are nice. I mean, hell, there was at one time a guy playing Pokemon Go or Pokemon Run almost hit me with the car, but that was a couple years ago. So I was like, well, wait a minute. Here's what I do. So I stood about maybe 8 or 9 feet from the car. You can hear the music in the car. It was very loud. I'm like, he rolls down his window, turns down the music, and inside the car was a guy, the windows were tinted. I say he's about my son's age, 23 to 25. He wasn't a young teenager. He had a girl next to him. I imagine whoever she was his girlfriend. Same age, and there was a guy in the back seat. He turns down the music, and he's like, what? I said, sir, I hate to bother you, but I'm a walker, and there's a spot right through here, and your car's sitting right in. That's the only spot that there's no ice. Is there any way you can move your car up just a little bit to that clear section, no snow up there? And that way I can walk through it and be safe. Is there any way you could do that for me, please? I appreciate if you could do this favor. He looks over at his passenger, which was the girl, and looks back at me and says, F you, boomer. But he didn't say F you. He said the whole word. I know what a boomer is. My daughter educated me not that long ago what a boomer is. Yes, I didn't really know what a boomer was till recently. So immediately I'm like, dude just said F you to me. Okay. Ain't gonna let it kill my vibe. I was like, sorry for disturbing you. And then I walked off and I went into the grassy area so I wouldn't have to walk through the ice. All right. I went ahead and was making my final lap. Well, I was almost done with my walk. I was making down to my final lap. And I noticed a car in the distance. And by the way, I don't know who these kids were. Come on. I don't know who the kids were. They had out-of-state plates on their car, and the car was brand spanking new, it looked like. Well, I see the car slowly pulling up. I was like, wow, he's actually going to move. Awesome. Well, he stops right in the middle of the ice patch. I was like, well, that open spot that I was hoping he'd let me have is open, so I'll walk right on through it. So I'm walking. And I get up about, I'm guessing, maybe 10 feet from the car, and he freaking guns it. I get sprayed with all the ice and whatever snow was on it. It hits me. Somehow, some way, I'm fine. I didn't get hurt. And then when he gunned it, he fishtailed it, lost control, and put his ass in a snowbank on the hillside. Okay? Guys, I don't know what happened to me at this point in time, but I'm here to tell you what I did next. I did. So I see the guy, well, actually let's pretend the guy's here. I see the guy, and I was like, hey. I go like this, he rolls down his window. I said, put it in low gear, I push you out. So I get behind the car, I guess he puts it in low gear. After a couple good, I push this car out, guys. And then what happens next blows my mind. He gets his car back out to the road. He stops, pulls his head out the window like this. Thank you, sir. And the look on his face was priceless. I'm here to tell you, priceless. I'm not an FU boomer now. I'm thank you, sir. Let me tell you why I did what I did. My wife's been after me for the longest time to look at the situation from a different standpoint. Yes, I will admit my first thoughts was to get very angry with the guy when he said F you to me, but I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna let him ruin my Walker vibe. And then when I seen the guy, what he did, I wanted so bad to go up to him and say, yeah, poetic justice, and maybe say F you to him. I was like, no, it hit me. Don't. Help him out of the situation. And that's what I did. There's another reason I did it too. I don't know if I ever told you guys this, if for those of you who've been following me this whole time, but before I do every walk, I ask God's help. I asked him to stick with me, keep me safe, give me strength. And somehow I pull off these walks in pain and he keeps me safe. So how can I ask for him to do what he does if I'm going to be an asshole to that guy like him? And that's why I did what I did. And I'm thankful I did, because the look in that guy's face, thank you, sir, was freaking priceless. Guys, that's it right there. That all happened this morning. It was so freaking cool. And I'm proud of myself. Call it a good deed. Maybe turning the other cheek. I like to call it poetic justice. Yeah. Alright, guys, that's all I got. I'm getting ready to leave here, take my lovely wife to lunch, because I get lucky today to do that. And I'm going to tell her everything I just told you all. Until next time, come on! Let's get out of here. And what would you have done? Believe me, my first thoughts was to get very angry, but nah, I ain't gonna let them idiots ruin my walking vibe. And I did the unthinkable. After they did what they did, I helped them out of the situation. It felt good. I love it! What are they feeling? They probably didn't care. They probably laughed at me, right? Yeah, probably called me a boomer again. Alright guys, until then, come on, let's get out of here!